Welcome to Module 1, Drawing 4. The learning objectives are creating, inserting blocks, W blocks, and attachments. We'll go over block command, insert command, W block, attach, scale. Scaling with a reference, that's a unique command. Layers, layer, off, paper space, and print plot. Okay, so now that you've drawn your wood block and bricks, we're going to make blocks out of them so they're no longer in their singular pieces parts. Now you can make blocks out of all of them if you want. That way you'll have them when you go to insert, you'll have all the blocks that you need. I just have the 3 there that I've created, but I'm going to block 3 more so that you can see how it's done. I'm going to block your 2x4, your 2x8, and your 2x10. Those are the 3 most used pieces: 2x4, 2x8, and 2x10. So you can just copy these out of here. 2x4, get this one, 2x8, and the 2x10. And I just move them over here. And there you have them. So now you go to block. The command is block, B-L-O-C-K, enter. And you type in 2x4, which is that one. And the second thing you do is you pick a point. You pick a point where you're most likely going to insert it, not on the midpoint or anything or the center, probably in the corner somewhere. And then of course the third thing you do is select the objects. Left select and select, right click. And let's delete that so that yours will go away. Mine is going to stay there because I just made mine. But delete it and say OK. All right, and then this is your 2x6. 2x6. Pick point. Lowermost, leftmost. And then we select objects. There you go. And we delete and say OK. And then we do the next one, 2x10. Enter. Pick a point. Left select. Window. Right click information. Delete it. Say OK. It goes away. Now, to check, we go to insert. We go to insert and we find out, oh, there they are. If they're there, that means you've done what you're supposed to be doing. There's your 2x4. There's your 2x6. And insert, there's your 2x10. And remember, you can put your running snap on there, right there, and you just hover and move it down and you can line it up. There you go. So that's all there is to the blocks. Now, suppose you want to write a file that's part of this drawing. Suppose you only want this much. Let's go to home. Suppose my boss called and said, let me see how much have you done so far on the 2x4s. And I don't want to send him all of this other stuff that I've done in my drawing. I just want to send him, he just wants to see this. So I said, okay, I'll make a drawing out of just this. Or you can make a drawing out of just this. This could be one singular DWG, just like the prototype. So this is the command that makes drawings out of just files, not blocks. Blocks are within drawings. Blocks don't transcend other drawings. So if you open up another drawing, these blocks will not be in it unless you save it to your prototype and you open your prototype. So blocks are only in the drawing that you create. The right block becomes a permanent DWG file, just like the other files that you open. So the command is escape, make sure you have a blank command, W block, enter. And it's almost the same commands. I always select objects because I never want to use these two. And then I go to pick a point. And I pick a point where I want to insert. Left select. And I select objects. And I put these objects. Okay, and I right click. And I click on these 3 dots. And then that tells me where do you want to save it. I'm going to call that wood sizes. And I'm going to put I like to do caps. So wood sizes, and I'm going to put my name, my initials, WJB. And I'm saving in my SummerCAD file. So save. It's going to blink up there. Okay? Once you do that, and you say okay, there'll be a little square that blinks up here that lets you know that you did it right. So if you say okay, see that? Blinks. Good job. So now let's go to check. Let's go. It does it instantaneously. So let's go here. Let's go to desktop. Where's my summer file? Summer CAD. And it was what size is WJB? There it is. Now if I open it, this is the only thing that's in there. None of that other stuff is in there. And it is a file just like the rest of them. And now you can save it just like you've been saving other files because it has its own name. It only has its own layers that created that drawing. That's the nice thing about it. Now, if you want it to be in the other drawing, now if you want the other layers and stuff and all the tabs to be in it, then you have to go to files and the blocks in there. You go to insert, and you go to blocks from other drawings. So now you can click on the three dots, and where's your prototype? Let's see, the prototype is in the Summer CAD, right? There it is. Or maybe it's in desktop. Prototype Batson 65.620. That's the latest one. Okay, there you go. So if I open that, it shows up right here, and then I can drag all the blocks back in here that I want, that I need, right? Or I can drag the whole file in there, right? Okay, and now if you go to home, and you look at the layers, all those other layers start coming in. All right, so you can drag and drop any file within any file, and they're interchangeable. So I'll erase all that. I'll Z enter zoom E enter zoom extents, and I'll file save it, and I'll close it and go back to where we were. Okay, now we're back to the other drawing, and that's write block. So that's how you did blocks within a drawing. Now you're writing a block to a drawing file, okay, and then you're inserting other drawings. So write block, block, and insertion. So now let's do our handicap drawing, okay. And what we can do is we can open up our prototype, or we can say File, Save As, because this has all the information, the tabs and everything. Save As Drawing 4 and Module 1. And there you go. Let's see. And I put my name on there. Okay, good. And I'm saving it. All right, so now let's do your drawing. So first of all, you want to insert and go to attach, okay? And you want to attach a file with the pictures. We want you to choose a picture that you chose. Here's my class. Let's do that. We'll find somebody in there. So there it is. It doesn't matter what size, just zooming in. That's my class from 2016. Look at that. Beautiful work they've done. Look at that. I'm proud of them. They all went off to get good jobs. Wonderful. So let's draw Ashley, because she was one of the best students in the class. Okay, let's draw her. She's kind of leaning, so we might want to rotate it too. So I usually go to home and go to polyline. And she's got a part in her hair, and she played tennis, and she was never late. Everybody kept asking her, how do you do this? Play tennis and do all your work, but she did it. She did it excellent. Okay, I start out with a polyline. I take all my snaps off because I don't want my drawing snapping back. And then I draw her hair down there, and then the shoulder. And the more clicks you do, the rounder it can get. So watch it. If I go down and click, 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 it gets rounder. It gets less linear. And her arm is sort of hidden. Oh, but it's down here. Let's see. Oops. Undo. You can undo. So now that arm is coming down here to her side. And I'm going to match it up with her hand right there. I'm going to fake it. So I'm going to make this look like it's a hand. There you go. And then I'm going to come down on the knee. There's the knee. And she's got some other culottes on. All right, and then I'm going to There's the shoe. Now, I'm going to put my ortho on and go straight across, okay? And that way, I'm going to have a base. We don't, when you insert figures, you don't want a foot going below the ground line. So make them straight at the bottom and make them as believable as possible. Let's go back to polyline. Now you can put your snap on and go back to the snap. There you go. And or take your ortho off and just eyeball. And you're free to do artistic license. You're free to draw anything. I like to get a little detail. See the strap? I'm gonna do that. See there? I put a little signature on my artwork. Let's see. Then I'm gonna do the little elbow there. Yep. I'm gonna come down. And let's see. Let's get that little bracelet or that watch she's got on there. There you go. And there's their hand. And let's see. And the hand is coming here. And then the leg is coming down there. And it's a wrinkle here. I'm going to do that. And come down. All right. And then I'm going to do the leggings over here. There's a reason why I stopped there. I'll show you why later. And I'm going to snap here again and get sort of the wrinkles in there to make it look a little bit reasonable. There you go. Now I'm going to finish this leg. I'm going to cheat and make sure that and try to make that shoe look like it's level. So I'm going to go like that. Okay, you can go over the line. So I've got almost all of her there. Now, that foot is sort of below, but I like the shape of that foot, so I'm going to move this whole drawing up from this foot to where it's, I'm going to put my ortho on, I'm going to move it, there it is. Now you have to remember where you are and draw that foot. There you go, see there? Take your ortho off, and it's going to be straight down here, so, and then that's going to be sort of like, and you're going to close, you're going to take your ortho off, put your snaps back on, and come back down here. There's a little strap there. All right, that's good. So now, I always copy my drawings because if I want to come back and change something, I can. That's good. So now, that's a nice scale figure. Trim. Let's get this off of here, and let's get these lines, this line, this line, this line, and that line. So there it is. So there's my scale figure. All right, so now I can tilt it a little bit more. I can rotate, I can do anything I want to with all of it. I can rotate it off of this line, left select. See, I can make it more level. Okay, but then if I do that, then I have to select and make another baseline. So now I'm going to stretch this down from all the good lines here from this corner, and then I'm going to stretch this one down right there. Oh, I got to stretch this one down too, right? This one, to make it look straight. There you go. So now I can erase that, and now it looks like she's standing up straight. So Ashley, let's do that. So now, let's go back, and we made it yellow so we could see it clearly, because sometimes that gray gets invisible. We got to put it back on the right color, and it's on the layer called Folks, right? Okay, good. So now, let's just for curiosity see how tall it is. Left select and left select. Oh no, it's only 1'4" and 13/16. We know that Ashley's about 5'8", so let's make her about 5'8". And so when we scale, let's erase that. We're going to scale with a reference. We're going to reference this little 1 foot something drawing and use it as a marker. So let's go to scale, and it says select object. So you put a window around, left select, right click, and you give it a base point. Now remember where that base point is, left select. Now it says copy reference, blah, blah, blah. Now if you know how to drag it, if you have a 6 foot marker or a 5'8" marker, then you can drag and drop. I mean, you can stretch it. All right, you see that scale? It says copy a reference. We're going to use a reference. So type in R, enter. Remember the capital letter is all we have to do. Now AutoCAD is asking you to specify the reference length. Go back to your same point where you selected the reference point. Initially, you got to select it again. Left select. And it says, where's the top of this person? Okay, where's the end of the object you want to scale? Right here, left select. And now it says specify the new length. So the new length is 5 feet 8 inches. And she scales up to exactly, let's go to annotation, linear. Ta-da! 5 feet 8 1/4. Okay. All right, so there she is. So she's Ashley is now. Now I'm going to make Ashley into a. I'm going to mirror it. I'm going to see if I can change it. Mirror, and then I'll make it into a block. And I'll say left select, and then yes, I want to remove the original. There it is. I like that better. So now let's make it into a block. BLOCK, enter. And let's type in co-ed Ashley. But Ashley can take care of herself. Let me see, specify. Okay. And I'm going to name it co-ed Ashley. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pick a point. Pick a point on the bottom, left select. Select the objects I want to make into a block. Select the objects I want to make into a block. Left select, right click. And I'm going to delete that just to make sure I can check and make sure it's there. And say OK. Now I'm going to go to insert, insert. And the numbers are first and the A's are second. So let's see. And the B's are, and then the C's. B, C, co-ed Ashley. There it is. Okay, that's successful. So what you'll do is you'll do your handicap scale figures. Make sure they're nice and detailed, not cartoons. And we'll exchange them on Friday. Okay, great. Good job. That's the end of Module 1, Drawing 4.